Welcome again, everybody. Now we're going to have Canada's official press conference. Welcome, Coach John Herdman. We're allowed to start. Okay. The mic, please.
John, how are you? Juancho Villaverde for ESPN. Two quick questions. At the minute 66, you already have made 4 changes. What do you dislike or what do you expect with those changes to happen in the pitch? And I would like you to evaluate the ambience. You were playing in Guatemala City maybe or something like that.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I mean, this is the CONCACAF experience for the staff, for the players. I think everyone are exhausted coming off that game. The people on the sideline, the players. But the fans were outstanding there. I mean, they were 12th man for sure, and just made the game exciting. If Guatemala got in our half, it felt like they nearly scored. It was that level of intensity. So, for us, those experiences are invaluable. It's, I think, for some of these young men, they've never seen that before. They've never felt it. And this is going to be part of their journey, the Mois Bombitos, the Ali Ahmeds. When we played in Canada, it was it was a good game against Guadalupe, but you never felt that intensity. So, that was good. And I think the 66th minute was a lot of fatigue, yellow cards, fatigue. We'd picked up a yellow card with Liam Fraser, and we know that, the referee we know his record for yellow cards and dismissals. So it was on a bit of a knife edge there. And then fatigue. I mean, those conditions were pretty intense. Hoylett had a little bit of a hamstring at half time, so we'll have to assess him. And I think Ali Ahmed, he'd give everything. He was spent. I mean, the kid hasn't played competitive football after his concussion for a while, and he put in a 90-minute shift, turned around after 2 days in those conditions, and I just looked into his eyes at one point and you could see he was gone. So, the freshness is what we were hoping for, and that attacking spirit. And, Charles Brim is hungry. Schaffelberg's hungry. These are guys that are trying to prove their point and try and earn a spot in, our core team. And they're still waiting.
Okay.
Hi again, Coach Hugo Ramirez from Univision 2DN. What can you say about the competitiveness about this group? Guadalupe is kind of like a surprise because many would have think Guatemala, Canada were going to be through the next stage, and maybe one of those teams could get eliminated before the second phase go.
Yeah, I mean, Guadalupe weren't a surprise to me. Again, when you look at their team on paper, they're actually the strongest. If you look at qualitatively, the strongest in the group. So I mean, this is CONCACAF. There are no easy teams, and what I've seen from Guadalupe tonight is they're growing through the tournament. And for us with Guatemala, it's it's going to be a dogfight when you come into heat and you come into their stadium. It's a dogfight. They're going to give everything and more. So, I was proud of the players tonight. I thought they brought an intensity. They didn't wilt under that pressure. They didn't wilt in the heat. I think they gave everything they possibly could. It was a hell of a match. It was end to end. As a coach, you're on that knife edge of you want to win the game, but you can't lose it. If you don't lose the game, you're going into a match against Cuba where if you win and your goal difference is good, you go through. And Guatemala and Guadalupe have got a tough match ahead of themselves. That's a really tough game for those two. So for us, we know Cuba will be hungry to sort of prove themselves, but I think destiny's in our hands. A win and good goal difference will guarantee us maybe a top place finish, or at least to get us through to the next round. And in the quarterfinal, we know what's coming. If we qualify, when we qualify, I mean, you're dealing with Jamaica or USA. I mean, pick your poison. They're both two top teams. It wasn't a group that you knew if you won it, you were getting an easier opponent. So, we were rolling the dice on that one. But I think regardless, we know what is our destiny. We've got to win this third match, push the goal difference, and take our country to the quarterfinal.
Now we'll take questions from media who have joined us virtually. Please, Brandon Q, go ahead.
Thanks, sir. Hey, John. Commiserations on the tough draw. I guess in tough circumstances tonight, and I guess first and foremost, Happy Canada Day for you. Although,
thank you.
Sort of ticking towards midnight. Sort of more on that thread. I think a lot of people were hoping for some Canada Day fireworks today, and unfortunately, no goals tonight. Just how tough was it for you to sort of get to the result tonight, and was there some extra motivation with it being Canada Day for the team to get a result?
Yeah, I mean, I think the extra motivation was for them to stay strong through what was a tough environment. I think that was the motivation that they were able to take tonight. They were clear on the tactical blueprint. We got into key areas consistently, and we missed the quality. I think it's just that lack of quality we're missing. It's some good build-up. You've seen Ali Ahmed, Richie Larea get into good areas, Liam Miller, Jacob Schaffelberg, and then, that cross, it's either a yard one way, a yard another, it hits the defender. So I think we had 26 crosses tonight with an efficiency of 4. I mean, that's something we got to work on. And so, I mean, I'm happy with elements of the performance again. I thought we controlled a lot of the game from the defending, our pressing. We were forcing Guatemala into direct football. We were winning a lot of second phase. And when we were pushing, we were vulnerable in transition. And we had some of those transitional moments with a higher line. And, that's the risk we were willing to take to get 3 points. I think what we have to ensure is we got to, make sure that we're committing that extra number to the box now. I think that's going to be key for this next game. I thought our wing backs needed to be more engaged in the back post areas. I thought that was a bit of a gap for us tonight, and something that we can definitely work on coming into the next game. But again, I can't fault the effort. I mean, I'd ask anyone to put the jersey on tonight and run around in that heat and humidity and experience that intense pressure where you're hearing olays when, Guatemala are passing it around the back in the first 10 minutes. It was a special night for some of these players. Young Moise Bombito, for sure, had a big step up tonight. And, for him to experience that, I think that's brilliant on his journey.
One last question, please.
Yeah, last one. I know you respect all the rivals. You're going to face a hard weather on Tuesday because you're going to play at the first hour. But do you feel a little relief knowing that you're not facing Guatemala or Guadeloupe at that hour on Tuesday?
I think, we experienced the heat tonight. We've got that experience of that intensity. So the guys, that's not new to them now. We won't be facing the same intensity in the crowd. I'm sure about that. But at the same time, we want that. We really enjoyed walking out into that full stadium. I was saying to the players, I can embrace this. This is rare. Some of you don't get to feel this in your careers. And they got a taste of it tonight. But I think it is a different opponent. We knew, coming into this match, this was a game, you're going to have to win if it hadn't gone well in the first 2 games in terms of the points tally. But it's a game I'm confident we can really push and do whatever it takes. And yeah, it's all up for grabs. I think that's the exciting thing for Canadian fans. We're coming into the last game of the tournament. We're not rotating players, and it's all on. It's all to play for.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, Coach Herdman. With this, we have concluded the press conference. Thank you.